Okay, I'm barely in here a couple of minutes, and I've fixed my wife dinner, and I already got some questions in here. I'm in the shadows, big man. What's up, Bunker TV? Adrian Capoy is the first one in here. He says it's on, and I need to turn this off. Hang on just a minute. Yes, this is an Ask Snowman Anything, but I want y'all to do me a favor and concentrate on the subject that BGS talked about for a little over an hour. Throw me your questions about that, and I'll respond in the best way I can. Now, Alan Lavelle says, salute Snowman Multimedia. Alan, I would love to have a piece of intro music from you. Mr. Suge, to you, what direction are the Bulls going in this offseason? Down. That answer your question? Down. Far, far, far down. I'd love to be wrong, but I've seen it too many times. Whoops, wrong way. Wrong way again. I've seen it too many times over the years that a team that barely makes the playoffs doesn't do anything to back it up. What are your extended thoughts on the Lakers signing JJ Redick? 3 words: dead man walking. And the reason that the Lakers are still going to suck ass is still on the team. Matter of fact, 2 big reasons that the Lakers are still going to suck ass the 2 big reasons the Lakers are still going to suck ass are still on the team. It doesn't matter if it's Darvin Ham that's the coach. It doesn't matter if it's Frank Vogel. It certainly doesn't matter if it's JJ Redick. Matter of fact, as JJ Redick said that he's no longer doing podcasts, I say don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Will the Lakers pick up Bronny James as an underrated player? I'll talk about that tomorrow. Andre 420, what's up, Maple Leaf? You said, what's good? Bunker TV's in the house. I'm in the shadows, big man. Good to have you aboard with us. RC in the lab with Women's Hoop says, Snowman, what's up? What's going on with you? And I like your thumbnail of Hannah Stolke. I like that. She's going to be the leader for the Hawkeyes this year. All right. Given what BGS talked about with Bridgette Kelly and everything that went on in that hour, and this is the after party they're in, put your questions in the chat about what you heard BGS say, and I will offer my thoughts. I'll offer my answers. My thoughts are these. In terms of attitude, where's the find the lie? Find the lie. I told you. My dad put it simply. You have a choice. Get out or get the hell out. And I said, I'm taking option C, Dad. I'm getting the fuck out. And I did. I got the fuck out. I didn't want you guys to see that, but I'm hungry. Nothing like pancakes for dinner. But I got out. Matter of fact, I got the fuck out. Sick and tired of attitude. Sick and tired of drama. Guess where you find it the most? As a matter of fact, I'm going to do exactly what he did and offer my thoughts. I'm going to find that clip. Whoops. I'm going to find that clip and I'm going to offer my own thoughts. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do for this first after party that I have going on right now. And as I look to, whoops, and to borrow an idea that my wife gave me, It might not be as long as what BGS put together, but I'm going to do my best. And I found it, and this is 11 minutes long. Now I'm going to say viewer discretion is advised. I'm going to say listener's discretion is advised. Why am I saying this? Because I am going to bring it from the standpoint and the perspective of a fellow who is in an interracial relationship. Matter of fact, I am one of the unicorns. I'm in an interracial marriage. Philip Redden is in the house. Bunker says, "Let's go Knicks." We'll see how they do. I'll offer my thoughts on the draft tomorrow during the morning show. I truly believe BGS Edmore's last broadcast triggered me and every black man in the room, including you. Damn right. Which is why I'm going to piggyback on it and offer my own thoughts and echo a lot of things that BGS said. If y'all will give me a moment. Right there. No, not that. Now, a little bit of fair use. This is from, this is the same footage that BGS reviewed. And the title is Bridgette Kelly on the Dynamics of Black and White Women's Relationship with Black Men. All right. Let me just get this out of the way right now. I am speaking from the standpoint of having dated both sides. And I better turn this light on here. I'm speaking from the standpoint of having dated both black and white women. And I'm married to a beautiful woman. And I'm also speaking from the standpoint of something that I believed for a long time. I never saw color. What I saw was character. My wife and I talked about this that mock draft this morning was hilarious. Hey, wait do you see what we come up with for tomorrow for the NHL draft, Arku? Wait do you see that one? All right, let me get down to business here. Matter of fact, let me say hi to the people that are here right now before I pull this up. Adriel Capoy is the first one here. He says it's on. Alan LaBelle, salute Snowman Multimedia. Thank you very much. Mr. Shug, to you. And I already answered this question. What direction are the Bulls going in this offseason? Down. Far down. Repeating my answer. What are your extended thoughts on the Lakers signing JJ Redick? My short thoughts are dead man walking. He was a dead man walking when he signed the contract. My extended thoughts will come tomorrow morning. And Mr. Shug, I really hope you tune in tomorrow morning because I'm going to bring it. One more time, will the Lakers pick up Bronny James as an underrated player? I'll answer that tomorrow morning as well during hour 1. Andre 420 says, what's good? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I know I showed some of these comments already, but let me catch everybody up. The Bunker TV, I'm in the shadows, big man. Hey, I'm glad that you're here, Bunker, because I always catch your replays. I haven't had a chance to catch you live in a long time because of everything, all the schedule stuff that's going on with me, and of course, with all the health issues that I've had. RC is here. Bunker, one more time. Can we terrorize the Lakers every single day? Yes, we can. Until the current administration, and I use that very, very loosely, gets the hell out of Dodge, we're going to terrorize that. We're going to terrorize them every day. Philip, one more time, repeating this. I truly believe BGS Edmore's last broadcast triggered me and every black man in the room, including you, Snowman Multimedia. You better believe it. And wait till you hear my thoughts on it. Arku's in the house. Mr. Shug said, I'm still working, but tuning in. That mock draft this morning was hilarious. Wait till you see the shorts that I pull from it. Edric greets the Bunker. I'm not a hockey guy. You will be tomorrow, especially with what we got in store for our version of the NHL mock draft before we really dive into the draft. When that woman said black men don't approach us sweetly and nice, which is a big pile of bullshit, as a 56-year-old nice guy, that comment totally chapped my ass. Mine too. I'll be 52 next month. So, Philip, I get it. And something else that BGS said that is so true. Guys that are nice to the guys that approach black women very sweetly, very nicely, with manners are called what, class? I know I'm borrowing from BGS. He's the master teacher, but I got to borrow it from him. They're called what? They're called lames. Now, my wife calls me a dork all the time, but there's laughter behind it. There's laughter behind it. Sig Diggy, I wasn't surprised by the nonsense of what she was saying. She kept shifting the goalposts. Shifting nothing. She was flipping that sumbitch upside down, then right side up. Now, I believe I'm ready. Now, you've heard BGS's thoughts. I'm going to echo a few of them. Guy, gay, lame, or sassy. Oh, yeah, I got all those insults. I received all those insults. And I will probably continue to receive all those insults. Square, yep. Called that too. All right, are we ready? I believe we are.
Attitude of a white woman.
Here we go.
Dealing with the relationship. Would you agree?
No.
What would you think? So you think that the black woman's attitude and the way she talks to men and her outlook is the same as the white woman?
Yes. The bottom.
That's a lie. That's a flat out lie. Let me repeat the question, because I came in right when. Let me put my Cash App up here. If y'all like the content, please support with a Cash App donation or a super chat or both, because I'm trying to help my family. This triggered me. BGS hit every nail on the head about this particular dynamic, and I can speak on it, and something my wife and I plan to do a little later on, not later on today, but down the line, is talk about our dynamic in terms of an interracial marriage and some of the places that we lived, including Henderson, North Carolina, Terre Haute, Indiana, right now, Southern Indiana. Okay? So bear with me as I put this all together. This is the first time I'm doing kind of a reaction video, but I got a little triggered this evening. So we're going to take this from the top, and I'm going to offer my thoughts from my knowledge. All right? On your mark, get set, go.
A stark difference between the attitude of a black woman and the attitude of a white woman dealing with the relationship. Would you agree?
No.
Yeah. You think, can you see the bullshit in her eyes? Can you see the bullshit in her eyes? BGS hit this nail right on the head, and this took me right down the rabbit hole. And boy, what a rabbit hole it is. Hell, let me be honest. I've been in a rabbit hole. I playfully say I've been in a rabbit hole for 6 years, but the woman that I'm in the rabbit hole with, I love very dearly, and she loves me. I look at character, not color. Never have looked at color and never will. Let's go.
What would you think? So you think that the black woman's attitude and the way she talks to men and her outlook is the same as the white woman?
Yes.
Do you honestly believe she can say that with a straight... Do y'all really believe, gentlemen, do you really believe she can say that with a straight face to any other group of people other than the gynocracy and get away with it? She is saying this with a straight damn face. Moving on.
The bottom line is the same.
What?
The bottom line.
I didn't ask about the bottom.
The bottom line is the same, but how they go about it is
I'm not asking,
it's a process.
I'm not asking. The bottom line with men is the same. We all want to get pussy. and find some woman that we like, right? Black men don't go about the same as white men do. It's a stark difference on how we carry ourselves and who we be around and what we like and how we do Spanish.
There's the look I'm looking for. There's the look and the sound I'm looking for. Again, fair use. I'm using the podcast or the clip, Bridget Kelly on the dynamics of black and white women's relationship with black men. Now, there was a clip that BGS opened with. I wasn't able to find it in time because I was fixing dinner. But I'd love to have that clip. If y'all can find it and send it to me, that would be great. Look at this face. Look at this face. When you see a face like that, you know in terms of the gynocracy, if you see a face like that, you know a contradiction is coming, and here it is.
Spanish men too. Spanish men are totally different than how we roll and we do things. So when you're telling me that black women and white women act the same way,
I don't think it's racial. I think it's socioeconomic.
My next 4 words are as follows. Who told this lie?
The way men move is socioeconomic. It's got nothing to do with race, in my opinion.
Okay, I'm glad she coupled it with the words "in her opinion," because she will not be able to look me straight in the face and say that with a straight face.
Black, because listen, I'll put it out there.
Because if you're a black lawyer, you're a black attorney, you're rolling up to whoever you like, whatever you like, differently than if you are a UPS driver. You just are.
Wrong. Dead wrong. Dead wrong. In my dating life, I approached any race of women the exact same way, with kindness and with compassion. Was I always treated the same way? No. Have I been treated the same way since I've been with Dr. K? Better damn believe it. Because that's what we both believe in, and that's the basis of our relationship. That's what we operate off of. All-Star G, as am I. I am speaking from experience. Lots of experience. And you're right, Sig. You can see it already. She's avoiding accountability like the plague. And you wonder why they're at the bottom, and they will remain at the bottom. Philip Redden, remember Michael B. Jordan remembered when they called him the corny kid in school. You can see it in his eyes. That still hurts him. It still hurts me. For years and years and years and years and years, I have been called lame. I've been called corny. I've been called a nerd. Now, I'll say it again. When my wife does it, there's a lot of humor because we both receive the same kind of ridicule. But when she and I got together, it's nothing but fun because there are certain subjects that we geek out about. My main subject happens to be sports. She has a myriad of subjects she geeks out about. Farming, building houses, how we want to build a house. She has plenty of things that she geeks out about. And it's fun. From this standpoint, however, it is not fun. Because if they all were wearing glasses, if the entire membership of the gynocracy was wearing glasses, they would have them down their nose and be looking down at you, black man. Period. Find the lie. Let's go.
Talking about relationship-wise. It's known that black women, your black side, they talk too fucking much. They got too much to say. I'll just say it. They talk too fucking much. They talk too aggressive.
And she can't deny it either. Did you see the look on her face? Did you see the look on her face? Let's run that back.
They got too much to say. I'll just say it. They talk too fucking much. They talk too aggressive. They think the world revolves around them, and they're not bartering. They're not coming to the table compromising.
I'm sorry. Did a black man like me use the word compromising? He said compromising. You're damn straight. Now again, I learn a lot in sportscasting in over 25 years of sportscasting. Plus, I learned a lot about body language. Take a look at this face right here. Take a look at this facial expression. Put in the chat what you guys think This face right here is saying, I'll repeat this question quite a few times over. Let's go.
Nah, they're not doing that. Not right now in this space. Period. And if you ask people when we run shit down the line, I've fucking been on relationship shows. When you take surveys and they take different races, all the races will say the same thing about the black woman. All of them. Men and women. White women be like, yo, them black girls is crazy. Black men is like, yo, them black girls is crazy. Why is that? Because even my father, 82 years old, from Belvedere, North Carolina, who he thought he hated white women, says, yo, they just got a different type of understanding for men and shit right now, even black ones.
That is ever so true. And I found that out up close and very, very personal. And what Sick Diggy is saying is so true right now. They're trying to reason with her, but fail to realize that she doesn't want to. You can't reason with a person that doesn't want to use reason or logic. I said logic. Well, that ends that. Wait. I can't end that here. Because I never knew who this Bridget Kelly was either until today. The only Bridget Kelly I knew wore number 12 and she played basketball for a team that I covered many, many moons ago. Adriel Capoy with the first super chat of the night. Hope to see many, many more. Thank you. You mean like how Senator Chuck Schumer of New York wears his reading glasses when addressing a press conference? Yep. I'm sorry about that, folks. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. That is exactamundo what I mean. Christopher Clipper making an appearance says, when black girls called these names, I remember what environment they came from. Section 8, government cheese, generic Kool-Aid. Yep, all of it and then some. All of it and then some. Sick responds, she got triggered by the word compromise. Yeah. That is not a lie. Eddie Pringles is here. She's mad as fuck. Yep. And then some. This is a friend of mine a long time ago back in Chicago said it best. This is a different version of PMS. Pissed, mad, and steamed. Take a look at her face. Take a look at her face and find the lie.
There's a couple things to consider.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason I say a lot of it is socioeconomic is because, obviously, white people are the majority in this country. In general, if we look at statistically across the country.
Take a look at this. Take a look at this right here. She is searching in her mind for the right words because she knows she can't find them. Am I wrong here, gentlemen? If I'm wrong, tell me I am. And I got a putty tack climbing up my back. Is that you, Binksy? Yep, that's Binks. Take a look at this. Take a look at this right here. No, you don't, Binks. I can't have you eating my dinner. Ugh. I'm sorry, Binks. You're all tangled up here. There you go. Hold on, folks. Come here, big boy. There you go. Take a look at this reaction right. Take a look at this reaction right here, and I want y'all to answer this question for me. Is it me, or is she searching for the proper explanation to make her point? Is she scrambling like Randall Cunningham in the pocket, or is she trying to be as smooth as Joe Montana in the pocket? Tell me which one fits. And Sick, I agree with you. She's reaching for the words and trying to rationalize her actions. Will they work? Let's find out.
Country, there's more poor white people per capita than there are poor black people because there's just more white people, period, right? In terms of domestic violence cases, most domestic violence cases happen to impoverished people. The majority of them are white. in terms of drug use, addiction, any of that kind of stuff, drug use, alcohol abuse, also in impoverished places. You got to consider the starting point. So if
Consider the starting point. I'll answer that later.
to me, it's anything that's race related is really rooted in whether or not somebody is coming from a place of privilege or a
Did I miss something? Okay. All right, let's move on.
place of without privilege. When
I missed something.
violence cases, most domestic violence cases happen to impoverished people.
Wrong. Dead wrong. Doesn't matter if you're impoverished or not. If DV happens to you, it happens to you. It happened to me.
The majority of them are white. In terms of drug use, addiction, any of that kind of stuff, drug use, alcohol abuse, also in impoverished places.
Wrong again. Will you get your facts straight before you start spitting them out half-assed? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. You don't do research very often, do you? Let's go.
You got to consider the starting point. So if
I considered the starting point. Have you?
to me, it's anything that's race related is really rooted in whether or not somebody is coming from a place of privilege or a place of without privilege.
That's a goddamn lie. If y'all think I'm wrong, please tell me, because I don't want to say anything intellectually dishonest or intellectually incorrect. But from what she just said and how I feel right now, that's a goddamn lie. Moving on.
When I say the bottom line is the same, is because white women have the privilege of just being more passive aggressive about it.
That's what I was going to say.
Right? There's microaggression, there's passive aggression, but the bottom line is the same. And the compromises that white women are willing to make benefit them.
Where's your bottom line? I'm sorry, did I go there?
There's no benefit for black women to be compromising in the framework in which whatever men are bringing to the table.
There's your double talk. There's your double talk right there. Do you even know what men are bringing to the table? Where'd you get your stats from? Are they valid? Did you read something in the CDC about that? Did you happen to catch something on the CDC website that validates your points? My answer to this is a big fat no.
Are expecting them to compromise.
Why is that benefit for white women?
And on top of that, you're actually using the word compromise. Something a lot of women don't understand, and something black women really don't understand.
Because
there's no benefit for black women.
Because the white women that are willing to compromise are either starting from a place of privilege, or the ways in which they're compromising, they're going to get privilege from whatever they're compromising.
That's bullshit. I can proudly say that's bullshit because I'm married to a woman who actually practices what she preaches when it comes to compromise. She's had to help me deal with my health problems the last 3 years. I helped her when she tore her ACL 3 years ago, and she's helping me now get me back on my feet so I can help the family. Let's move.
Compromising for.
You think a white woman being nice and a black woman being nice equally to a black man, she would still get further? That's how I'm absorbing.
That's his question right there can be answered with a hell no. Listen to the question again.
A woman being nice and a black woman being nice equally to a black man, she would still get further?
Because when is being nice, I beg your pardon, attributed to socioeconomics? Who the fuck told this lie? And for that matter, why the fuck did you tell this lie? This is the worst form of word salad I've ever heard in my life. And I use words for a living. And Sick Diggy, to answer your question, I really don't know. More to the point, I really don't care. Let's move on.
That's agree. How I'm absorbing.
A white woman is already in a place of privilege.
How do you know that? Have you been there? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you lived it? Have you been around white women that were not in a place of privilege, but yet built themselves up that way? Have you been around black men who have been impoverished, but built themselves up to be something? This all started with the question of, do black women have attitude? Of which many in this comment section, if not all, knows the answer is a fuck yes. And to go one step further, they don't want to change their attitude. I've told women, black and white, that I've dated so many times over, it's not your color that sucks, it's your attitude. The woman who abused me, I told her the same thing several hundred times. Problem? The bitch never listened. And you're right, Sick. She's projecting a certain misconception that black women have of white women. Correct. Right you are. Because she's got no answer for the basic questions that she was posed at the top of the conversation. Period.
Already starting
I'm
ahead.
talking about, we're talking about them. We're talking about how they're relating with the other sex. If a white woman comes and is nice to me, and a black woman is nice to me, she's not getting more privilege. If anything, I'm gonna be honest, the black girl is gonna get it.
Yeah.
If anything for me, the black girl's gonna get it. I'm not coming across sweet black women. Period.
Nor am I. Gentlemen, do you agree?
When you sit down and you think about it, they have been few and far in between. Even my wife, I wouldn't categorize her as a sweet black woman. She's caring and she's affectionate. Yes. But she wants to go get her money. She's gonna talk crazy. She's gonna be out of fucking line. She's gonna lose her fucking mind.
And that's why my dad presented me with a choice before he passed away in 2007. Get out or get the hell out. And before he passed away, I gave him a big old hug and I said, Pop, I chose option C. And he says, what's that? Y'all know the answer.
All types of shit, and then look at me and be like, yo, like,
so if
this is regular shit because this is regular shit. Let me just finish. Let me just walk the door real quick. Because this is regular shit. And I'm going to speak to something that you said. I told Heineken, I told my father this. I said, why in our black community, and this ain't women, this is men. Mm-hmm. Every time we disagree, it's an argument. I've seen white people disagree.
Bang. Down the well it goes. Let me borrow from BGS. Say that again, black man, if you please.
Every time we disagree, it's an argument.
One more time, for those of us in the cheap seats at old Chicago Stadium.
It's something that you said. I told Heineken, I told my father this. I said, why in our black community, and this ain't women, this is men. Mm-hmm. Every time we disagree, it's an argument.
I was married to a black woman in 1995. Every part of that question was a sentence. Every time Chantel and I disagreed, it was a fucking argument. And I got tired. I got tired. I got absolutely fucking tired of her telling me I can do bad all by myself. So on December 24th, 1998, I left her to her vices and walked out. One of the best decisions I've ever made in life. Pringles, I couldn't agree more. The facade, the black girl magic, mean, disrespectful, has caused them to fail and falling even harder and failing even more. Continuing.
I've seen white people disagree and be like, I'm just not going to agree with you, Johnny. And I'm not going to agree, and we're going to move on. But when black people, women, black, we always like, yo, you so fucking stupid.
Yep. My wife and I have had many a disagreement. Many. We're not going to yell at each other about it. We're not going to cuss each other out about it. Because that's just plain wrong. That is not how you solve a problem. And Jody gets all the credit in the world. She is not afraid to come at me real. When she said to me after I beat cancer, I feel like you've given up and you're not giving me your best. I can tell you honestly, other men would take that and just bottle it up and be so angry that those words were spoken to them. But me, this is coming from the woman that I married, the woman I love, and the woman I would give my life for. When she said that to me, I turned the light on. Isn't that what it's supposed to be for both sides? When you say something like that, when you feel like you're going to lose the person you love and the person you've given your life to, aren't you supposed to continue to be real with them? But in the gynocracy, being real is all the way wrong. And the attitude is the reason. If I'm incorrect, please tell me. Let's go.
And why the fuck you don't see what the fuck is going on? Everything is rooted. And I told my father, I said, this started a long time ago.
Of course it did.
This was learned behavior while I'm watching my sister.
That's why I said the starting point matters. The starting point matters.
Are you out of your rabbit ass rat picking mind? Starting point matters? No, you believe it. Now I'm acting like BGS and I'm getting heated. Let's run that again.
Of course it did.
This was learned behavior while I'm watching my sister.
That's why I said the starting point matters. The starting point matters.
To anyone who understood what the hell she just said, tell me where the starting point matters, because I'm missing it. I'm missing it. And again, my answer is the starting point matters. No, you believe it. Let's go.
The starting point matters. As a black man, you cannot tell me from the day you were born, you have not constantly, every day of your waking, walking life, had to prove how smart you are, how strong you are, how valid you are, how emotionally intelligent you are, how useful you are.
And whom did you have to prove that to? I'll repeat BGS's question. Whom did you have to prove that to most often? Let's hear that again.
Man, you cannot tell me from the day you were born, you have not constantly, every day of your waking, walking life, had to prove how smart you are, how strong you are, how valid you are, how emotionally intelligent you are, how useful you are.
Once again, who have black men had to prove that to? Thank you, Alan Lavelle, for the super chat. Whom did black men have to prove? Whom do black men have to prove that to? The answer starts with a G, gentlemen. I want to see you flood the chat with that word as we move on.
Everything about your existence is about proving your manhood. So when you ask a question like, why can't black men ever just disagree? Because there's more at stake than just disagreeing.
Wrong answer, bitch. Wrong answer. The only thing is that if there's more at stake than disagreeing is if someone disagrees with you. Let me say that again for those of us in the cheap seats at Old Market Square Arena in Indianapolis, Indiana. The only way there's more at stake is if we disagree with the gynocracy. Find the lie. Oh, and let me say it again. Let's take it back. Let's take it back one more time.
That's why I said the starting point matters. The starting point matters. The starting point matters. As a black man, you cannot tell me from the day you were born, you have not constantly, every day of your waking, walking life, had to prove how smart you are, how strong you are, how valid you are, how emotionally intelligent you are, how useful you are.
And to repeat the question of the night. And gentlemen, you know the answer I'm looking for. Whom did we have to prove that to for the bulk of our lives? The answer starts with the letter G, and I think you gentlemen know what the word is. Moving forward.
Everything about your existence is about proving your manhood. So when you ask a question like, why can't black men ever just disagree? Because there's more at stake than just disagreeing. White people can exist in mediocrity and it's fine. Black.
Let me repeat a point BGS said. Have you ever noticed that black women live in mediocrity and that's fine with them? Because they expect Captain Save the Gynocracy to show up? Am I wrong?
Men cannot be mediocre. You have to be twice as good to get half as much. And even then, they're still going to take it from you. So with black women, it's
only thing someone's going to take from me is if I let them take it from me. And I have indeed made that mistake. When it comes to my business, when it comes to my broadcasting, when it comes to my clients, and when it comes to my radio show, I made the mistake of letting someone take that from me. Let me say it again. I made the mistake of letting someone take all those things from me. Not anymore.
It's the same thing. You have to consider the conditioning that got them there. Ask any black woman that you don't think is sweet how many times they've ever been approached sweetly. And
how about asking them this question instead? How many times have they been approached sweetly and they turned an ugly face to the man that was approaching them sweetly? Bet you didn't think of that, did you? Oh, I lost my place. Sorry about that.
And be like, I'm just not going to agree with you, Johnny. And I'm not going to agree.
Starting point matters. The starting point matters. The starting point matters. As a black man, you cannot tell me from the day you were born, you have not constantly, every day of your waking, walking life, had to prove how smart you are, how strong you are, how valid you are, how emotionally intelligent you are, how useful you are. Everything about your existence is about proving your manhood. So when you ask a question like, why can't black men ever just disagree? Because there's more at stake than just disagreeing. White people can exist in mediocrity and it's fine.
Let me tell you something, Bridget. No one, black, white, Asian, Latino, whatever, wants or likes to exist in mediocrity. Not only do they want the best for themselves, they want the best for their families. Oh, did I say something logical? No one wants or desires to live in mediocrity unless they have absolutely no hope. And I can say that aloud because once upon a time, I was there. Thank God, I'm not there now.
Black men cannot be mediocre. You have to be twice as good to get half as much. And even
I'm being twice as good to get 4 times what I want. You ever thought about that? There are black men like me that are being twice as good to get 4 to 8 times what they want, what they deserve, and what they need. But you haven't thought about that, have you? Of course you haven't. Because you're a black woman rooted in the gynocracy, and what the gynocracy says goes. Big mistake.
even then, they're still going to take it from you.
Not in this motherfucker, they're not.
So with black women, it's the same thing. You have to
Wrong answer.
consider the conditioning that got them there.
Consider the conditioning. Oh, brother.
Ask any black woman that you don't think is sweet how many times they've ever been approached sweetly. And that'll give you the answer as to why they're not sweet.
Okay, but I'm gonna give you the other side.
Because I don't know any, if I'm honest, I don't know any black men that are ever warm and soft upon entry.
And you got two of them
that treat
sitting by.
women with delicacy.
You don't think upon entry? I think upon entry they would, but as it goes along,
it turns up, Bridget. You know,
as it goes along, it can change to me.
Absolutely not. I don't think that's the way in which we relate to each other because there's more at stake. When I
Wrong Ola. And yes, I used the word. Wrong Ola. Tell me something. And I want the gentleman to answer this next question. Exactly what is at stake in terms of how a black man relates to a black woman? Because if I missed something, as I often request, please tell me.
say it's different for a white woman or a white man, they can disagree and go about their business because nothing about their lives depends on it.
Well, nothing about my life depends on a disagreement with my wife. I'll shed a few tears, but we come back together. Have you ever thought about that? No. Will you ever think about that? No. Will you even try to think about that? I think y'all know the triple play.
You
Nothing in our lives technically depends on it.
Maybe not.
It doesn't. That's the state of mind that you want to be in. But then still.
But think about the type of conditioning you've had to have in your life to place that kind of importance on some shit that's not that important.
You fool! Kevin.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Try again.
But think about the type of conditioning you've had to have in your life to place that kind of importance on some shit that's not that important.
Once again. You fool! And I'll add. Yeah. And.
What in the all types of blue hell?
And.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
You really can't. You really can't.
Is it because we've been taking advantage so much in relationships, business, that now we all come in and we all are experienced people? So when you say you haven't run into men who are sweet and inviting, half men are like that. But then women start making concessions.
They talk about them like Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
There you go. And vice versa. And guess what?
And that's it. So nobody don't want to be that. They don't want to be Russell Wilson because he's rich. Other than that, if he wasn't rich, niggas would be like, I would never want to be that nigga.
And what is rich? Socioeconomics. And
I'll repeat a question to class from earlier in the night, from earlier in the hour. Folks like Russell Wilson, who have a very calm demeanor, I include myself in this bunch. Most men that I know that approach women with a very calm, sweet, loving demeanor. For the bonus question, and let me get my sound ready here that I'm going to need to use. The bonus the bonus question is, for any man that is approachable, which means they smile, which means they use manners, which means they are a gentleman. What is that man use? Okay, the men that are calm, cool, collected, lovable. They have manners. They say please. They say thank you. They hold a woman's chair out. They hold a door for a woman, something I do very often for my beautiful wife and my daughters. What are they called, generally? I'll give you 30 seconds to think about it. Lames. Yes. Said it earlier. And Sig Diggy, you're right. This socioeconomics thing was her way to slide out of accountability. Which 3/4 of the guy? No, change that. All the gynocracy doesn't know the meaning of the word accountability. They don't know the meaning of the goddamn word. Socioeconomics, my ass. It's called being a gentleman, you dummy. It's gotten to the point where the black men that I know and grew up with are finally speaking up and saying,
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
let's finish this.
That's my point.
Yes.
It's
You ain't got a point. You haven't had a point for the whole time we've been here.
rooted in socioeconomics. It's not even about race, really.
And you just contradicted yourself. But then again,
I did not need to be told that.
it's like this whole time she's trying, this whole time, and I know it's only 11 minutes, but I've had to break this down the way BGS did with my own points. It's like she wanted to say,
I'm the juggernaut, bitch!
to these two gentlemen, and they're not having it. And thank God they're not having it.
A white woman can lead and by default has more options just on the surface, being reg-deg, not washing her legs with a washcloth.
Now you're getting disgusting. Now you're getting disgusting.
Whatever, fucking basic, not put no lotion on, whatever the meaty
She said not put
fucking
no lotion on.
mediocre.
Yo, what's
A
wrong
white
with you?
woman can be mediocre and have worlds of opportunities more just because she's white.
That's
You just contradicted yourself again. You're being intellectually dishonest. Matter of fact, you're being straight up dishonest, and you've been straight up dishonest since I opened this class. I lost my place again. Damn it.
A white woman can lead and by default has more options just on the surface, being reg-deg, not washing her legs with a washcloth. Whatever, fucking basic, not put no lotion on, whatever the meaty
she
fucking
said not
ochre.
put no lotion on.
Mediocre.
Yo, what's
A
wrong
white
with you?
woman can be mediocre and have worlds of opportunities more just because she's white. So there's no advantage to her. She doesn't have to raise her voice to be heard. Black women do.
Actually, I've seen and heard white women raise their voices to be heard. It depends on the person. And if you have to raise your voice to be heard, no matter if you're white, black, male, female, then you have the problem. You have the problem. Keeping yourself in check until you're pushed and pushed and pushed to the point where you have to yell, which is the only situation that happens. I've been there, and I know most of you gentlemen have been there also. You know why black women have to yell to be heard? They can't help themselves.
It just don't add up!
And it's not supposed to add up either. Moving on.
When they don't, they get walked over.
Sick Dicky poses a great question. Does she even know the definition of mediocre? Sick Dicky, allow me to answer that. You want to know the definition of mediocre, Bridget? Take a look in the mirror.
They do.
I think that that's their state of mind, because when we're dealing with this, right, we have to understand that side of the black woman. Yo, And niggas do, whether they voice it or not. They be like, oh, women are still supposed to be the jewel. They're still not expecting them to be the foul one. They're still not expecting them to be the liar. They're still not expecting them to do none of these things. But the problem, like I always say with the black women and the man is this. The same outlook that you're expecting us to understand that you grew up and you lived by is not provided to us the same way. And
Bingo. Bingo. It's bacon! Bingo. In other words,
I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
always try to explain to black women, I love them, right? But y'all number two most hated. Y'all not the black man. Y'all don't have the dick. Y'all don't have the strength or nothing. So if y'all experience this much hate and this much shit that y'all got to deal with, imagine what niggas got to deal with. You're one of the few women that have said, couple women that sit on these shows with the cameras. It seems like they're more enlightened to the world than the rest of the women because y'all will speak up and say, yo, black man, yo, niggas got it hard out here. Y'all tripping.
That's a rarity to hear.
When we walk out this door.
It's a hot take, but heterosexual black men to me are at the bottom of the totem
totem
pole.
pole. Okay, and when I'm telling people that's what's so bad is I'm fighting for my same race of women to even understand that. And they're fighting, this is.
did y'all catch that look? Tell me you caught that look. I'll do it again.
I'm fighting for my same race of women to even understand that. And they're fighting, this is what.
Did you catch that? He made a very valid point. Remember earlier in the night, I said I talked about a lot of what am I looking for? What is the term I'm looking for? Body language. Victor Creed, you're on to something. Look at this facial expression one more time.
I'm fighting for my same race of women to even understand that. And
assignment for the class really quick. What does this look say to that statement? Think about it a minute. Did you get it yet? Look again. Think about what the point he just said. I'll give you 30 more seconds. I think Sick Diggy came up with the best answer. She doesn't care what you're going through, black man. She's uninterested in trying to figure out how to sidestep the issue. And Mr. Suge adds to that. She's completely tuned out. I think she was tuned out from the get-go. She only cares about what she's going through, and I'm reading Sick Diggy's comment here, and her female collective. She doesn't care what you're going through, black man. And she never will care. Does this look not tell you everything you need to know? Does this look tell you not tell you everything you need to know? Man, we can agree. Listen, black man can agree to disagree, but you know what? At the end of the day, we're going to come together about something. Okay? Study this again.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
She'll never understand, will she? Nor she doesn't get it, and she won't get it. I believe now, All-Star, black women aren't our women, and I believe they haven't been since the 60s when Uncle Sam showed up. And I know people are going to say, you don't know about that. You were born in 72. I've done a lot of research. Not only that, lived through it. And again, Kevin.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
You really can't make this up. No matter how much you try, you cannot make this up. Let's finish.
They're fighting. This is what's happening. I'm telling you what they're saying.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas ain't worse off than us.
It's oppression Olympics.
I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to hear anymore. Now I understand why BGS got heated, and I understand now why I got heated when I was listening to it while making pancakes. There is just no understanding to be held. There's no understanding to be gained by them when they're ruled by the gunocracy. None. N-U, Kendrick, N-U-N-N. None. And I think this illustrates it all. She doesn't get it. She doesn't want to get it. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. She dismissed it with that phrase. It's the oppression Olympics. That right there tells me everything I need to know. No, crystallizes and confirms everything I need to know. Well, I hope you enjoyed this first edition of my Wednesday thoughts. I think that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put this on my other channel. That will be Snowman's Thoughts. And the after party may not happen every day. Depends on the time. And it also depends. Well, it's not going to depend on the subject matter because, hell, BGS can be subjects for days. But it's going to depend on the time. The after party, I know I can do a lot with. I know I can do a lot with it. So thank you guys for participating. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. And with that thought in mind, I got to do this. I got to do this. Black women, I just have one question.
How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
We're out of here. Good night, gentlemen.